Sometimes things just don't work out. Every team tries to do the best they can in the NBA draft, but for whatever reason the player they drafted just won't develop as it was initially planned. You might be thinking that I'm rushing with these second-year players, but really, I'm not. Hey guys, Purple Bridge here, and today I'll talk about 4 second-year players who already need a change of scenario, a la a trade to another team. Number 1. Mo Bamba. This one is so obvious. Orlando Magic took Mo Bamba with the 6th pick in the 2018 NBA draft, and I've yet to figure out why. I mean, it's clear the kid was talented, but the Orlando Magic really didn't need him that much. Last year the Magic had 3 centers and 4 power forwards. Their best player was a center Nikola Vucevic. Mo Bamba is a center and not equipped with a great shooting ability just yet, so he can't really play the 4. Bamba played just 47 games because of an injury at the end of the season, started only 1 game and was on the court for only 16.3 minutes a game. But Nikola Vucevic was a free agent this summer. Okay, great. So he's the successor of Nikola Vucevic and just has to play a year behind him. Wrong. This summer Orlando re-signs Vucevic to a big contract, proving that Vucevic is their center of the future. And he starts the season bad, very inefficient, unproductive, so you would think that Bamba would get more minutes because Vucevic is struggling. No. This year, through 13 games, he's playing just 13 minutes per game. And I know Orlando Magic have said that they'll be working Mo Bamba back slowly because of the injury he suffered last year, but I don't really see an outcome where he gets the production and a chance to grow unless they trade away Vucevic, and after signing him to that big contract, I don't think that happens. Mo Bamba needs to be on another team where he could start, grow, and develop. All of that won't happen in Orlando. Number 2. Kevin Knox. Last year, Kevin Knox was pretty much the only reason to watch the Knicks. It was clear the Knicks were tanking, and as a top 10 pick in the 2018 NBA draft, it was really interesting to see how a young player could develop with additional playing time and opportunity. He wasn't as good as expected, as he struggled with his shooting efficiency, wasn't as good of a rebounder, and he's never been a good passer either. He had an okay rookie season with 12.8 points and 4.5 rebounds, and mostly he was a starter. This year, he's been relegated to the bench. Through 13 games, he's playing just over 22 minutes per game and hasn't really wowed anyone just yet. He's shooting great from the deep, but his overall shot is still not falling. He's shooting much less as well. It's hard to blame just Kevin Knox for this situation, as New York is a mess, and he has much more competition in the frontcourt this year. Right now, it looks like he's just another player in those lost years of a bad team. Maybe it's time to trade him to get back at least something for the future, and for the player, it would be a great opportunity to prove himself somewhere where he's needed. Number 3. Rodion Kurucs. If you're looking for disappointing teams this year, look no further than the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets are 5-8, just out of the playoff picture, and they've had some bad losses to bad teams. The truth is, they're bad themselves. One thing I don't understand in all of this, why Kurucs is not playing more. Tonight he played just 6 minutes and scored 2 points, and before tonight he didn't play at all in 4 games. Was sent to the development league just recently, and in 8 games he's averaging just 11.5 minutes per game, which is substantially lower than 20.5 minutes he got last year. He doesn't get any opportunity, and that's with Caris LeVert and Kevin Durant injured. With both of them healthy, he might not even dress for a game next year. It's unclear why such a productive player from last year is being ignored this year. He's not a high draft pick, so maybe last year was just a flash in the pan. Maybe it's because of all the noise over the summer and all the accusations. Maybe he has some sort of a nagging injury. But if it's not, I don't see a reason why struggling Nets wouldn't try to insert something fresh in their lineup. Last year he was a starter and a great workhorse for the Nets, and this year he's just an afterthought. Brooklyn is not a team this year. I've already said that. And like I said, with LeVert returning and Durant coming back next year, Kurucs better hope that Brooklyn trades him somewhere else where he could play more. And number 4, Mikal Bridges. Last year, the 10th pick of the 2018 NBA draft, Mikal Bridges was the starting small forward for the Phoenix Suns. This year, that nod went to Kelly Oubre Jr., who's been balling. Bridges is not better than Oubre, and Phoenix is playing great this year so far, so from the team perspective, who cares? They don't need to change anything. As for Bridges, I don't see a situation where he could get more playing time in Phoenix. DeAndre Ayton will return soon. That could move Sarge to play some minutes at the 3, and Oubre will be there still. So in reality, Bridges should count his days in Phoenix if he wants to be a starter. That should be a dream for a top 10 pick. I'm tempted to compare this situation to Dragan Bender, who was seen as this great talent, but with people coming in and out of town, wasn't really given the minutes to develop. The same could happen to Bridges, and if he wants to save his career, he better hope he gets traded. Or he could just be a solid bench player for the rest of his career. So these are 4 second-year players who in my opinion should need a change of scenario in their careers. Do you agree with me? And if you don't, tell me why in the comments. Can you add other players to this list as well? Please like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and enable bell notifications. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you in the comments. This is Purple Prince, and I'm out.